Bienvenidos al canal de brutalidad policial.
Welcome to Ready or Not, a game where you play as a SWAT officer responding to all sorts of calls across the fictional hellscape known as California. I, however, am not a cop.
Rather, I'm just a regular civilian with slight psychopathic
No
tendencies
offense, I was
and a
just joking.
strong
Meet Juan Tap. As a Californian citizen, he has quite a few restrictions when compared to a SWAT officer. Mainly, he can't use armor, helmets, or goggles. Second, he can't use any utility. Flashbangs, CS gas, stingers, doorstops, and just about everything I can equip here is banned. Third, he can't shout, as that would be impersonating a cop, which is very illegal. Fourth, no arresting, as that's what the police do. If a suspect surrenders, we shoot him anyways. 5. No using illegal weapons. You see, in California, gun laws are notoriously strict, and they prohibit us from using basic human necessities, such as suppressors, full-on weaponry, pistol grips, flashbangers, short-barreled rifles, high-capacity magazines, burst-fire weaponry, grenade launchers, and more. With this in mind, we are left with very few weapons we can legally carry. The 870 CQB and Supernova shotguns are really our only options for primaries. And for pistols, it's either a 1911 or a 357 Magnum. This is not good. Being a civilian only comes with one advantage. Being that for us to succeed, I only need us to complete one objective. Bring order to chaos. You see, reporting dead or missing people, arresting high-value targets, reporting evidence, and even securing civilians is all part of a cop's job. And me, being a mentally insane vigilante and not a registered police officer, do not care about this in the slightest. So, now that you know the rules, let's find out whether I'm... Thank You, Come Again is the first level in Ready or Not, and even with these restrictions, it's not too difficult. This time around, I got some interesting NPC spawns, with the front side of the store basically empty, allowing me to take a bunch of space before reaching the diner area. Here, I began firing off shots without warning. Unfortunately, the Magnum is absolutely horrendous to aim with, and I hit absolutely fucking nothing. After re-engaging the targets with a shotgun though, things switched up. To my advantage. Making my way into the kitchen, there were a couple of hostiles hiding within the employee-only area, but I made quick work of them. Alright, only one place left to clear now, the outside. After making a mad dash for cover behind this garage, I began letting off shots like a madman. And to my credit, I somehow hit the target and not the civilian who is standing nearby. Meaning, this is an absolute win. Calling Streamer the hardest level would be an overstatement, but it was certainly harder than the first level. For my strategy, I decided to go for a top-down clear. I took out some hostiles in one of the apartments before moving into the open area. Here, I would once again miss all my revolver shots on a suspect.
¿Puedes dejar de moverte un segundo? Solo te quiero tocar en la próstata con mi revólver. Juego fácil, vida fácil.
And then I would move into this first floor apartment. This apartment may not have many enemies, but I need to clear it first in order to make sure nobody contests the open area later on. After clearing the server farm, I breached the streamer's apartment, where he kindly served his fat face to my shotgun's barrel on a silver platter.
Come mierda gordo cabrón jajajajajajajajaja.
After hitting a common pre-fire on this noob holding an angle, I accidentally blasted the streamer's brother's head off, but I completed the objective anyways, so who gives a fuck? There are two things I hate in this world: twisted nerve and poor people. Being massive, poorly lit, filled with hostiles, and incredibly time-consuming to navigate makes this level absolutely infernal to deal with in this challenge. If we get caught out of position by some hobo with a shotgun, we could easily lose 20 minutes of progress or more. For my first attempt, I started with the tunnels, the idea being that I would clear out the hardest part first. Surprisingly, they were basically empty, so I moved on to the meth house. Here, I basically just shot anything that moved. Considering the fact that the civilians and enemies in this level look nearly identical, I didn't feel like taking any chances. so I figured the murder charges were worth it. After nearly getting killed by this crackhead on the stairs, I cleared out each room of the second floor, including the attic.
Okay, so my original script said that I missed the shot here, but upon looking back at the footage, this is quite clearly on the guy. How does he survive that? What?
Anyways, after getting smoked by a hobo, I decided to change my loadout. Instead of a pump shotgun and a revolver, I now had a pump shotgun and a pistol. Attempt number 2. This time, my entry into the house went absolutely horribly, and I quickly died to back shots. Attempt number 3. This time, I infiltrated the backyard first. I eliminated some enemies before making my way into the money house, where I tore a hobo's arm right off his torso. Clearing out the first floor, it seemed clear. The second floor was not. It was nothing a little 12 gauge couldn't solve though. After clearing out the child's room and blasting a guy who was quite clearly surrendering, I moved into the meth house. I then quickly cleared the attic and moved on to the rest of the second floor, where a suspect surrendered. And we all know that for Juan, mercy is never an option. This guy then makes the fatal mistake of attacking Juan. I then had to fight my way down the stairs and into the meth labs. And with the meth labs basically empty, there was only one place left to check. After coming out the other side of the tunnels, I still hadn't completed my objective, meaning there were still hostiles somewhere within the area. One of them was hidden underneath a bed, probably thinking that it would save them from Juan. Unfortunately, he has a no survivors policy. The same fate awaited the last suspect, who had hidden in the attic. He maybe thought that Juan wouldn't find him, but Juan knows where they are. He always knows where they are. Next up,
the spider.
The spider is one of my favorite missions to play with this challenge, and you'll find out why very soon. Scouting around the outside of the building, it was actually pretty clear. What wasn't, however, was this goddamn rooftop. Attacking the roof in this mission is very hard. You only have one entrance. Enemies have lots of cover, and you have very little. If you didn't notice, that guy also tanked a ridiculous amount of shots. This is because the enemies have actually pretty good armor, making shotguns a little bit less effective. With the roof clear, it was time to head into the building. Brixley Talon Time isn't exactly a difficult building to clear, but it also isn't easy. The amount of crossfires enemies can get on you, combined with the fact they actually have pretty high power weapons, makes every room kind of dangerous. After clearing the area of enemies, all that was left was to take down Brixley himself. And I made sure to give him a gentle reminder of what I thought about his business. This mission is the sole reason I didn't ban the multi-tool for this challenge. Lethal Obsession is already a pretty annoying mission by default, featuring enemies with strong guns, traps everywhere, and a confusing layout. When played alone and with no armor or utility, it's made considerably worse. After investigating the first and second floors of the house, I quickly realized I only found one target up here, meaning the rest of them could only be hiding in one place. And that was, of course, The basement. Clearing out the basement can be quite tricky. You are funneled into one of two sight lines, while the enemies have multiple dark corners to hide in, and of course, lots of cover. Judging off audio, I could tell my target was to my left, so my only option was now to swing the doorway, pre-fire, and pray. And with that, a lethal obsession is a success. Our next mission is Ides of March. Ides of March is already a difficult mission. With heavily armed suspects, traps, and a huge map full of enemies, I could already tell it wasn't gonna be an easy clear. Thankfully, we do have one thing on our side. The Supernova. You see, shotguns in Ready or Not are actually quite realistic, meaning their damage doesn't drop to 0 after 5 feet. In fact, shotguns in this game have really good range. With the Supernova, clearing the hallways was pretty easy. But now, we had to clear out the middle area. The center zone is a funnel. The defenders obviously have an advantage in this position. But we have Juan. After making sure the center area was clear, we moved on to the apartments. The apartments are neither fun nor easy to navigate. Enemies have plenty of corners to hide around, a lot of doorways to trap, and we have a long-ass shotgun that gets stuck on doors. In our next attempt, Juan hit a crazy clip on these suspects. With the hallways and center area clear, we went into the apartments, where we engaged in some intense gunfights. 2 suspects left. And just like that, Juan wins again. And now for the worst mission yet. Sinuous Trail. This mission is what we in the business call a perfect shitstorm. To summarize, take all the things I hated about Twisted Nerve, add onto it enemies that actually think they're playing Call of Duty, and make it 20 times fucking worse. Out of all the enemies in the game, I wholeheartedly believe that the Mindjot security are the craziest motherfuckers you will ever see. For my second attempt, I breached directly into the lobby. This level's layout almost always leads to some patrolling NPC giving you backshots, so your best bet is to move quickly and constantly. The data warehouse's narrow hallways greatly favored the use of shotguns, but my horrible aim is unfortunately incorrigible. Just like the Spider, Sinuous Trail has a rooftop, and enemies can spawn on it. And if they do, they're usually near impossible to challenge. The rooftop access door leads us directly to the server racks, which are possibly the least fun rooms to clear in the entire game. For the next run, I started by clearing out the roof, as it's where I tend to die the most. Doing it first means I lose minimal progress each death. After successfully infiltrating the building, I began blasting my way through the upper levels like a low-income family blasting through a Black Friday sale. After a couple more close calls, I had pretty much cleared out the entire second floor and moved into the first floor, starting with the server racks. Remember what I said about patrolling enemies? That's what I meant. You know, maybe the problem is that I'm thinking too hard. Juan, just do what comes natural.
Aquí es donde comienza la diversión.
And they scattered trying to get away, but they gon' be staying in there cause they know where they ever had a chance. They can kill them all. I could kill them all. It's either me or them. My blood ain't about to spill it all. It's on the hundred, not the hundred. For an enemy, I guarantee that they don't want me. It's something just a little different by how I run things. Maybe it's the way I turn my enemies to lunch meat, or maybe it's the way I smash everything in front of me. They don't want it. I do it so easy, it's funny, G. I turn a vet into a wannabe and do it to the death. I put them in their final scene. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I could kill them all. I could kill them all. Yeah, 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 yeah. I could kill them all. I could kill them all. I could see the fear in their face.
The last level today will be Ends of the Earth, because every level after this is actually really difficult. Ends of the Earth usually sees us taking out an illegal weapons manufactory being used to treat someone's cancer-ridden granny. But since Juan has no police intel, I assume he's literally just invading this house for no reason. After murdering 2 people who were just standing in their own home, I arrest Legion and begin to clear out the stairway, a tricky choke point to get through. In this level, it is actually hinted that at least one of the criminals involved here was a real Shoebabbers fan. After going through Cancer Granny's room, I had to try it, okay? After disconnecting someone's arm from their body, I hit this incredible shot on a guy standing in complete darkness. This completed the level, and for now, completed the video. So, in conclusion, I would just like to thank